Okay, so by the way, this manual is already uploaded in our Edmodo. Okay. Okay, so first, we will create a directory and folder. Ito na lang. Database experiment. And then here, so I will be using the Visual Studio for creating the project. Open folder, Python, database experiment. And then also I'll be using the terminal of the Visual Studio. And then so we will create this project. So the name of the project, database experiment. Okay, then we have to go to our directory, database experiment. Then next is we will create an application, example employee. And then after that, yeah. So in our settings here, we have to include or add the created application, save, then also the database. Yan. Because we will not be using the SQLite, but rather we'll be using the SAMP or the MySQL. Yeah. Then next is our model. So under the employee or the application, um, we'll open the models.py, then we will add the models. And so we have the employee model. It will create later on the columns for our database, the ID, name, email, and contact. And then the name of the table is employee. Okay, so by the way, we have to run our sump. So run muna natin yung sump. And we will delete the phpMyAdmin. So we will delete the existing database. Wait lang ah. Database, what is the name of our database? Name of the database is
Mongo, Django DB.
the Django DB. And then drop. Okay, so we created the model, so now we have to create the form. So that's inside the employee directory, and so we have to create a file. So the name of the file is forms.py. Then next is in our views.py, we have to create definitions. So for example here, anyway, I'll be discussing na lang this one later on. We have one definition here, we have the display. Anyway, then after that, in our URLs, under the project directory URLs, so we have to add a path. Okay, a path for display, but we have to include the views or import the views in our program. So here, from the Django import views. Then next is the templates. So again, inside the employee, we have to create a folder, templates. Baka mali yung spelling. Templates. And then inside the templates, we have to create the file, which is the HTML file. And new file, display.html. Okay. Then next, there. So we have to create a database in our phpMyAdmin. Create database, the Django DB, and then after that, we have to create migration. So this is the command python manage.py create migration. So in our migration, we created migrations. Views has no attribute display. Module the Django views has no attribute display. Oh. url.py. Okay. Views display and the Django views. No, it's not the Django, but rather that is what anyone. That is employee, because this is the name of the application. Yeah. Then there you go. So we created a migration file. Saan na yung migration file? Employee migration. Ay, this one. Yan. Okay. So we created this file with the following fields or columns. We have the ID, EID, and so on like, and then we have also the characteristics, and then also the name of the table. Then next is the actual creation of the table. So we'll be using this command python manage.py migrate, so that in our database it will create its own table, which is the employee. This is auto generated, this one. Okay, anyway, next, now we'll try to run our server. Then let's see. Hopefully we don't have any error. Yan. Then we'll open that in our browser. Page not found. Why? Because we have only, we have two URLs or path here. We have the admin and display. So we have to add the name of the page. Example, display. There you go. So we don't have yet the record there, but we'll add get emp yung emp natin. Wait. Views.py display templates display.html. So if we click the add new record there, so we have the emp, so we will add this one. Sorry, I didn't put that in this module or in this manual, but I think that is in the other file. Midterm crude. So first we'll try to create muna a simple crude. urls.py crude. Ito to. Yan. Because we don't have this yet, the emp, not na. Show, edit, update, and delete. There you go. Though we have all the show already. Anyway. So, in our URLs, here, we will add path for the emp, show, edit, update, and then delete. Then next, for the emp, okay lang. So dito we have the display, emp, show. First we have the emp. So we will create a definition kasi in here, in our views that is inside the employee application, and ito tayo sa views here, and then wait lang, URLs muna tayo. URLs, we have to create a definition for the emp, this one. So here, find views.py. Views.py. There. Ito. So I have the emp. Siguro copy na lang natin lahat. Copy the emp definition, show definition, edit, update, and delete definition. There. There. Then inside our templates, we will add another file. Dapat pala hindi ko dinelete. Oops. What happened? Ito. Edit. New file. HTML. Then another file. Have the index. Okay, anyway. New file, index.html. Then show.html. Then what else? So this is the navigation bar. Do we need the navigation bar? urls.py is done already. Okay, let's try. Refresh. Add record, ID, name, email, contact. Submit. There you go. How about edit? Uh, Mike. Update. Mike. And then we'll create another record. Delete. Okay. So all working. Good. So next is part 4. View list. Okay. By the way, I have here the link for the Django Query Set, and so you can open this one, and you have the introduction. First is the value list. That's the value list. Ayun, value list. Value underscore list. I have values with S. Mhm. So by the way, the Django query set. So query set is a collection of data from a database. So query set is built up a list of objects, and query set makes it easy to get the data you actually needed by allowing you to filter or order the data. Yeah. Uh, so we have here the all method. So in the example below, we use the all method to get all the records in our fields, or records and fields of the members model. So using the all. But wait, muna dyan, dito muna tayo. List, value list muna. Value list. Values list. Values list. Yeah. So the value list method allows you to return only the columns that you specify. Okay. So for example, in our manual here, value list, we'll try to create na lang another path. So in our URLs, experiment URLs, so we will create another path for the single record, or the values list. And then, so for that we have to create a definition for this one, single record. So we have to go to our employee again, and then go to views, then we will create or add another definition. So the name of the definition is single record. By the way, bakit ko pa kinapin? Anyway, nandito din naman yan. Yeah. single record. Ayan. Okay, so we have the single record here, and then so this is the method that we use. So again, the lists list the value list, sorry, value list is it is a method to retrieve or to return only the columns that we specify. So for example, in our code, we specify the column e-name or the name of the employee, and then for that again, we have to create um, the HTML file for the form. Saan na yun? Templates dito. Ayan. So we will create the records or record.html. Ayan. So, daming or. Save. Okay. Then let's try. Here, ano, dito pala. URLs. Single records or single record. Okay, yan. Kasi we get only the name of the employee. Yeah. Kasi we have only one record here, but if we add another record here, so we have the employee name Mike and Joker. So if we will go to this path, single record, yan siya, only the names. So that is the use of the this one, so value list. Okay, then in our manual, so you can use this definition, yan, value list, or you can also use this one. So any format, any method will do. Yan, okay, then also this one, so you can use this one or this one. Okay, so let's try. Yeah. So this is by the way, class, in our views we have this argument. So this is the argument. We have the employees, and then this is the variable, and then this is the another variable that holds this one. Yan. Okay, ito employees is the variable that we use for storing or saving, storing of the records based on our method that we used. Yan. Ito yun, and then dito. So this one is used for in our HTML. And so I'm using the bootstrap and etc for the design, and I use also the table. Yan, table header. So for this one, I'm using the looping statement here, so that it will retrieve all the data in our database. So that's why I'm using a looping statement. For this example, I'm using the for loop statement. Employees and employees, then table employee. So this one, the employee, is basically based from the variable that we used in our definition. Yan. Okay, ito siya. Ano yan? Yan, employees. Then based from here dito, employees, so it will get all the names of an employee, then put that in this variable. Then in this variable, it will pass to another variable, which is the employees also. So yan, and then we have the employee, so pupunta siya doon. Okay, yan. Next, ano sa isa? Another method, so you can use this one. Mas simple lang siya. and also this one you can use also this one. Paste, save, then another this one. Save. Hopefully okay siya, try natin. Sana okay. Single record. Oop. The loader is not defined. Loader. Saan yung error? Views.py. Loader. Wait. Yung loader natin. Views.py. Views.py. Ito lang naman yun. Loader. Matlib? No. Try this. Saan ko ito kinutong loader na to? Wait. Find loader. Save. Refresh. Okay, so let's try to debug using the google.com. Get template. So the Django templates here. Use this code instead of using the loader, direct na lang. Okay, direct this one. Get templates not defined. So or add the import loader. Save. Okay na ba yung loader natin? So we don't have any error for the loader. Wala na tayong error sa loader, but we have the HTTP response. How about this one? Siguro I have to save this one and then put that in our module. Wait, lagay ko lang dun sa module natin. Normal lecture notes Python. Then uh, this one, views.py. Mhm. Then sorry, and also this one, stack overflow. So from the Django import, okay, then same. So in our views.py we have to import uh-huh. Save, save. Then try natin na run. Run. Okay. Yan. So in this example, bakit ganito yung output? Um, yeah. Single record. Yan. So in our urls.py, it will go to our single record, and that is inside the employee application there, and then we have the views definition single record. We have here the value list name, then that value, and then we have here the template. By the way, this one it will redirect to this file single record.html, which is located in our templates. So first ito, so the query set object, and then we have here the employees. So this is the query set. So because of this one, ito yan. And then loop through the items. So this is the loop through the items. You can remove this one if you want. Yan. You can remove that one, or this is just only an experiment. So if you will notice, it's much parang friendly, and the design is okay because of this one, rather than the the one the other example that we have a while ago, na it has an opening close parenthesis. If you notice, meron siyang opening close parenthesis, but in this example, using this code, using this code, it's much better kasi it doesn't have any opening close parenthesis and even comma. So wala na siyang comma. Mas maganda to. Yan. Okay? There. Again, here we created the looping statement. Why? Because by the way, this is the argument. Ito yung argument na galing dun sa definition natin. So employee object, do dito kasi we have pala yung isa pala yun. Anyway, yan. So get template. So this is our argument. Ito yung argument natin. Sorry, nato kasi ako eh. Sorry. Again, dito muna tayo. So this is a variable kasi. So this is the variable based from the definition that we created a while ago. Ito yung create natin na definition for the single record, which is we have here um, the variable. Ito yung employees. Okay? Based from the query set na we created. Ito yung query set na create natin, and then we have the variable here, my data, and then put that in another variable which is the employee. Okay? Na ginamit naman natin as an argument. Ito yung tinatawag nilang argument or parameters. Okay? But in Python kasi they call it arguments, but in other programming kasi they call it parameters. So bahala na kayo. Okay, yan yung context. Yan, okay. Context, and then you have the request. Then here we have the employee. Then that employee is, again, that is based from the definition here, and then we put that in another variable na naman, nilagay na naman natin sa isang variable which is the x. Okay, and then x, and then the name of the table. Okay, so yun. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to use uh, this method or the other method. It's up to you. Next, so that is for the value list. Another is the all values. So tignan natin dito. Ano ba dito? All values. Yan. So the values method allows you to return each object as a Python directory with the names and values as key value pair. Okay. Example. So based in the manual here, nag-create ba tayo? Sige. We will create another path na lang. So saan na yan? Dito. URLs, then we will create another path. So the name of the path is single value. Single value ngayon. And then in our views.py, ito tayo dito. Views.py, we have to create another definition. Okay? Saan na yun? Ito. Single value. Single value. Again, in our URLs kasi, we created this one, and this is redirected to our single value views. Saan na yung views? Views is under the employee application. Employee application, ito, and we have the views. Then the name of the definition, which is the single value. Single value. Yan. So using the that values, and then all. Again, the all, it will retrieve all the data in our database, and then get the value. Then put that in a variable, and then use this variable as an argument or parameter. Ito yung parameter natin or argument natin. Nagagamitin natin in our HTML file. So yan. So we will create this one again sa templates. New file for the template. File pala yun. File single value.html. Sa the templates, create a HTML file. Then here, yan. Copy, paste, save. Parang it will retrieve all the data lang naman. Okay, so let's check. Again, the path is single value. So yung kanina single record, so now single value. Check. There you go. Yan. Ngayon din, it will retrieve all the data in our database. Okay? Kasi all that values. Next. We have also the filter. Yan. Filter query. So check natin dito. Filter. Yan. So dito rin. Anyway, so return specific rows, so you can filter the search to only return the specific rows records by using the filter method. Example, gawa na rin tayo ulit ng another path. So dito URLs, we will add another path which is single filter, and then we will create another definition for that. So the name of the definition is single filter. Single filter. Yan. Yan. Filter. Yan. Then we have also the template for the single filter. So we will create another file, single filter, then the HTML. Go. Save, tapos run lang natin. Name of the path single filter. So query set none, it's empty. Why? Because based on our definition, based on our program, query Maria, but in our database, if you notice, we don't have the name Maria. Wala naman tayong Maria dun sa database natin, but rather we have only Mike and Joker. So pwede dito, for example, Mike. Save, then retrieve all the name with Mike. So meron tayo ditong Mike and okay, yan. So here again, for the definition, we have the query, the value. Then here we have the filter method. This is the name of the table, column should I say. Ito yung pangalan ng column in our database. Yan. ename with the equal value of the value Mike. So hahanapin niya lahat ng Mike doon sa database natin. Yan. Okay? Then put that in a variable. Then later on, it will be used as an argument. So ito yung argument natin o yung parameter natin. And then so ito, gagamitin natin to, we'll be using this one for the for our HTML file. Ito yung pag-retrieve natin. By the way, here the query set object here, so you can remove this one. Ito yun, query set. This one, you can remove this one, and we have also this one. Again, this is the name of the parameter that we used in our definition. Ito yung employees, and then put that in another variable. So this is another variable. Pwede nyo gawing x yan if you want. Yan. Save, then refresh. So same lang. Okay, so that is the name of the variable, and then we have the columns, the EID, ename, email, and e-contact, and so on. Okay, kaya meron siyang we have the ID, the name, the email, and then the contact. Yan. Again, I'm using yan, ito yung table border 1, and then table header. Yan, table header, employee ID, employee name, employee email, and employee contact. Yan, yung table header natin. Okay, next. Keyword arguments. Tignan natin kung meron dito yung keyword arguments. Filter. Yan. Again, the filter method is used to filter you search, and allows you to return only the rows that matches the search term. Yan, you can also use the end, yung meron siyang end. So filter method takes an argument, keywords or keyword arguments. Yan, ito yung keywords argument natin. Keyword arguments. Asa na yan? Yan, keyword arguments. So you can filter on more than one field by separating them by a comma. And example, meron ba tayong example dito? Example, sila lang, quarks. So let's try to create another path na lang ulit. So in our URLs, ito, we will create another path, and then we will create another definition for that. Eh, bakit ko pa kinapi-paste dito na lang? Note or condition. So we can use multiple filter methods separated by pipe character. The returns will merge into one model. Pero dito kasi in this reference, so you can use comma daw. Comma. Anyway, try muna natin to. Ayan. This is or condition. Oo, kasi or condition. Or condition is using the pipe character. That is the pipe character. Pero pag and, ayan, dito muna tayo sa or. Okay. So we'll create another definition. Ayan. So my data filter get the in our column ename with the name Jofer, get the value, then also kasi we're using the or in our employee, in our e-contacts with the contact value 123. Okay, yan, try natin to. And then also we have to create this one, this template. Sa template yun. So, saan yung template natin? Ito, this one. Ano ba tayo? Wala. Copy, paste. Yan. Again, try muna natin kung gagana siya. Baka hindi. Hopefully, mag-work. Quarks. Okay, it's working. We have only one value here. Yan. We have only one value. Bakit one value lang siya? Because based on the definition that we created, nasa na yung definition natin? Here, employee object filter with the name Jofer. Meron naman, right? Meron Jofer. Or, sabi niya doon, or with the in our e-contacts with the value 1, 2, 3, but in our database kasi we don't have any 1, 2, 3 in our contact, right? Wala tayong contact na ganun. But if we will add, pwede bang EMP? Ayaw. That's mistake. Mag-add tayo. Yeah. Bakit ayaw niya na? This is working a while ago. Why? Three, four, five. URLs. Show. Ito naman okay yung show. Not fun. The current path show didn't match. Kasi that's inside. Supposedly that's inside. Asa na yung URLs natin? Yun. Okay. What happened there is, if you notice kasi here, we don't have any slash. Wala siyang slash kasi. A while ago, we have this slash. When naglagay kasi tayo ng slash doon, so basically, this will display page not found kasi we don't have this one in our path. Wala kasing slash yun. Yan. Okay, so let's try to edit or add another employee. Ayan, natin Maria. Employee contact is 123. Submit. There. Joffer and the contact is 123. Kasi based on the in our program, ano yun? Ito yung program na to. E-name is Joffer or the contact is 123. So, quarks. There. Okay. Name is Joffer or again or the contact is 123. Contact is 123. Kaya ito these two records displayed in our web page because the two arguments or two conditions are met. Okay, kasi gumamit tayo ng or. But in our condition, in our reference kasi, we have also the and, this one and, using filter method arguments. So you can filter one or filter on more than one field by separating them by a comma. Pero dito, teka lang. Ano ba tayong example dito? This is the or using the pipe character. Pero pag using the and, separated by the comma. Okay? So, for example here, if we change this one to comma, pag comma daw siya, so basically, we don't have any record. Right? Wala dito magdi-display because the two conditions should met. Dapat yung dalawang condition natin is true because we are using the and. Okay? Try natin, refresh. Yan. So, we don't have any record here. Wala na siyang record. Why? Because the two conditions should be true. Yung dalawang condition natin. But, so for example, natin. Maria. For example, the name Maria and so basically, we don't have any record here kasi the contact is different. So, dapat pareho din. So, contact 1, 2, 3. Okay, tama ba? 1, 2, 3, Maria. Refresh. Wait. See. Bakit wala? Dito meron. E-contact is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then, the name is Maria. Bakit hindi nagpakita yun? Wait. Try natin to. Save, refresh. Wala. Bakit wala? Maria. Yun. Okay? So, the two conditions should be true. Okay? So, dapat dalawa sila is true. Okay? Yeah. Next. The search. Okay, so anyway. For the search, we will add another path na lang. URLs, another path for the search. So, So for example, pag empty daw siya, if our path is empty, yan, empty, include. Path mo din. Django path include. Anyway, ito. In this one, import path and include. Yan. Path and include. There you go. Then include employees URL. So basically, in our employees application, we need to create the URL file. So in our employee here, kasi we included this one, and so we will create a new file here, which is the urls.py. urls.py. Because inside this one, we will create a path. Okay, so you can do this. You can do this also. Uy, bakit wala? Ay, winter eh. Muli. Ayan. Yun. Okay. Again, we have here the URLs. From here, we include the employee URLs. So basically, these URLs inside our employee is included in our URLs of our project. Pareho din lang yun. Next, views.py. So in our views.py, we will create tayo ng definition. Okay. Single filter. Bakit meron tayong home dito? Wait lang. Okay. Ito na lang. Meron pa tayong lookups. Sige. Kunin na lang natin to. So we created the home definition and another definition for the search. Copy. Then paste. There. Pero meron tayong queue. Kasi that is connected to our model of our database. Yung queue. So again, that is based from the models that we created a while ago. Yan, okay? Yan, this one. So this is another method. Okay. Again, we have the home and then we have the search definition. Next. So in our templates, we will create another folder. Kasi based from here, tong home, we created another folder or directory. So search up. Yan na, paste dito. So in our templates, we will create another folder, search up, and then inside that folder, we will create this HTML. New file, this.html, and just copy this one. There. Then in the search app again, kasi in our definition, so in our definition kasi we have the list for the display, yung home, and then we have the search definition here. We have the another HTML file for the search. So inside the search application, a search app folder, we will create another file, the search HTML. There. See, try. Wait, saan tayo pupunta? Pag blank daw siya, kasi based in our URLs here, we have the blank, right? So pag blank daw yan, Okay, pag blank there, so it will go to the employee URL. So uh, this is this is located at our employee directory or folder. Then we have the URLs here. Kapag empty daw siya, empty again. Kapag empty, so it will go to our views and then look for the home definition. Sana yung home definition natin? Yan yung home definition. So again, we use the all method to retrieve all the data in our database and then put that in our argument. Ito argument yan or parameter. Ito yung parameter natin. Okay, yan, request. So there, so that is our home. Now home. Saan yun? Templates, search up. It will redirect to this file, list.html. So ito yung list.html natin. Again, nasa na yun? Yan. Pero dito muna tayo. I'm using the looping statement again to retrieve all the data in our database. So yan. So this is the argument that we used a while ago. So yung based doon sa definition that we created. This one na yan, employees. Nandito pala yung list. And then here, you can change this one if you want. Parang, this is just only the variable name. Pwede nyo palitan if you want. Variable name lang naman yun. And then these are the names of the columns in our database. Then, how about here? And ito yung form na to, search. So if we click the search button here, if we click the submit button, ito, search, it will go to the search and using the get method, right? Based in our URLs, saan ito banda? Based in our URLs, we have the search. Okay, yan. So pupunta yan dito, action search, then it will look for the URLs in our urls.py for the path. Then we have the search, and then it will redirect to our views. Okay, ito sa views natin, we have the search definition. Views, then we have the search definition. We use the get kasi in our form, we use the get method. Kaya here in our definition, we use the get method. Okay, queue. Where is the queue? There is the queue. Yan yung queue. Again, kasi this is like an object-oriented kasi. Object-oriented programming. Meaning, all the objects should have a name. Dapat meron siyang pangalan. So, the name of this text box, itong text box na to, is queue. Okay? So, meron tayong queue. Request get queue for the data from this text box, then put that in our query variable. Okay? We use also the filter. So, I've already discussed to you a while ago what is the filter, and yun. Queue name query based from the query that we put here. By the way, this one again, this is based from the database or the model that we created. Asan na yun? Ito, queue. Ito yun, yung queue. Import from the Django DB models that is located here. Ito. Yan. EID, e-name, email, and e-contact. Yan. Okay? Ito yun. So, queue e-name is equal to query. Again, the query will hold, this variable will hold the data that we enter, or the data, or data that we enter in this text box, and pupunta siya dyan. And then we have here the condition kapag equal sila. Okay? And even the email, and then we have the e-contact. We are using the OR, diba? OR. So either one of the condition is true, then it will display the result. Example, Mike. Mike. Search. Mike. Right? And dito na yun sa search. Kasi, again, once we get the data, we put that in another variable, which is the result, search results. Ito yung variable natin. Then, we use this variable to this argument or parameter. Ito yung argument na parameters natin. Okay? Yan, search results, and then we have the query. Then pass it to this one, search.html. So it will redirect to this file, yan, itong search.html natin. So when we click that one, yan, if the result is 0, try natin. Pag wala daw, S. Yan, so your search S did not match any employee kasi because of this one. Yan. Okay. If the results, search results length is equal to 0, meaning we don't have any records in our database, then it will display this one. Okay, did not match. Yes. Okay. This one, again, ano to? This is one of the parameter. Based in our definition here, we have two parameters kasi. One parameter is the search result and one parameter is the query. Okay, so search result and then we have the query. So that's why in our search.html, here we have the query. Okay, yan. The query, what is the query? The query is the data that we enter in our text box based from dito. Okay, saan itong Q? That is the name of our text box. That is the name of our text box based from the HTML file. Yan yung Q. Then kinuha niya, nilagay niya dito, then put it in our variable query, and then we use this variable as one of the parameter or argument. Ginamit natin yan dyan. Kaya siya, pagdating dun sa search natin here, search.html, we can use the query. Okay, by the way, if you want to retrieve the data from that argument or from that parameter, you will be using the open and close curly brackets. Ito yung mga curly brackets natin. Okay. And then next is we have another parameter, which is the search results. Ito yung parameter, parameter, one of our parameter. So ginamit naman natin yan dito. Yan. So we use the else condition here kasi if in case that we have the result, hindi naman 0 yung result natin. So it will go to this program. Pupunta yan dito sa program natin, which is this one. This is again, that is the name of one of the parameters. Ito yung parameter natin, then pinol lang natin siya dyan, then put that in a variable. Again, this variable, you can change that variable kasi variable name lang naman yan, so any will do. Oh, wala pala. Ilan natin, Jofer. So, Jofer karon. Ayan, so we have the name. Yan, we have the email, then we have the contact. Then if you want, you can add another one. Pwede nyong ilagay dito. Ano na yung isa? EID ba yan? EID. Yan, EID. O bakit name? About ID. Save. Yan. That is the query set. Meron pa ba? Meron pa bang iba? Meron pa to. Last, field lookups. Dito, yan, field lookups. So the Django has its own way to of specifying the SQL statement and where closed. So to make specific where close or closes in the Django, use the field lookups. Field lookups are keywords that separate, that represent specific SQL keywords. Yan. Example na lang natin dito. Okay, so we have the search. That's an employee. So I think again kasi we have two URLs here. Yung isang URLs is inside the database. I mean project name, and then another URLs is inside our application employee. So dito yon. So we will create another path na lang for the lookups. Another path for the lookups. So basically we will, because we created a path, so in our views.py we will create another definition. Gagawa tayo ng tapang definition for lookups. Yan, save. Then teka lang, tama. Okay, kala ko anyway, then we will add, kasi dito based in our program, it will go to the search app and then open this HTML file, the lookups.html. So basically we have to create another file inside the search app folder. So dapat nandun sa loob. Yan. And then this is the code. Oh, nasa na yun. Ayan, ito yung code natin. Ayan. Ano pa? Then try natin. Saan na yung URLs natin? So lookups. So hindi na yan. Yan yung lookups natin. So punta tayo sa code. Okay, so we use the filter method here. We have the ename start with M, meaning all the records will be retrieved based from the name of the employee na starts with letter M. So in our database we have two records. We have Mike and Maria that starts with letter M. Kaya the output, it is based this one. So lahat ng M, Maria lang M, Maria and Mike. But if we change this one to J for example, then Joper lang. Alright, yan. Starts with L, or is the same as the SQL statement. Kung if you still remember itong connector, the SQL command, this one, they are the same. Pareho lang, pero different syntax. Yan. So all fields lookups keyword must be specified with the field name followed by this symbol underscore character and the keyword. So in our member models, this statement would be written like this. Yan. So pwede rin to. You can put the dot values. Pero dito kasi we don't have that. Pero you can use that one, dot values. We have also ito yung mga reference for the lookups. Starts with ito. I starts with same as start with but case sensitive. The time, matches the time, week, weekday, and so on. Contains the phrase. I contains some of the contains but case insensitive. So, ito yung mga ibang call natin, reference natin. Order by. Pwede rin order by first name. Wait lang. So, order by first name, B. So, yung unang record will be Maria, right? So, try natin. Even though uh, it's not included in our manual, but you can experiment on this. Ayan. Order by. Pwede naman. Okay. Check natin. Balik natin yung M. Save. So, that is Mike Maria. Pero, if we use this one, pwede ba yun? Employee starts with M. Kasi all naman ito. How about this one? Pero hindi siya. Objects, filters, ito na yun. Ito na yun. Ordered by e-name. That value. Yun. Right? Maria. Kasi ordered by e-name. Ordered by e-name. Okay. Ano pa? So, in SQL command, ito naman yung format niya. Descending order. So, in order that results the first name descending naman. Ordered by minus. Lalagyan mo lang ng negative. Lagyan natin yung negative. Negative. Refresh. Okay. Yan. Ano pa? So, same with this one. Multiple orders by. Yan. Pwedeng multiple order. And so on. So, that's all for the query